Hey guys, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I suppose you're right. We should go up to the Chantry.
Thank you, random townsperson, for your guidance. Yeah, so I think it's time, now that we've chatted with Solus and Varric, to head to the Chantry and see what our advisors have to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I just really wanted to go chat with them first. Alright, here we go. Our advisors.
Well, because we only know two of them, so,
yes.
like...
And we saw Cullen and Josephine here, but...
Whoa, people just snapping
here we are.
in.
Does it trouble you?
I want it gone. It's fine. Where does it come from? Not anymore. And it didn't close the breach. I don't know. I think the mark is just super interesting because, like, it's never a texture. It's just a light.
Yeah.
So it's kind of vague as to, like, what exactly it is. Like, I always kind of pictured it as, like, an open wound, like a pit in their hand. But it could just be, like, weird magical,
like, light just shooting off
yeah,
of their
like,
hand.
not actually painful, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. I think it's pretty interesting.
Let's see. What do we think our girl would say here?
Where does it come from? Maybe? I don't know.
I kind of like that, or it didn't close the breach. I don't know. Well, I like this, but yeah.
I just wish I knew what it was, or how I got it.
We
It's
will
not what
find out.
not what I was expecting.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solus believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
So Solus mentioned when we were at the breach that he had a plan to fully open it and then close it, and clearly that didn't work. So what gives power?
Yeah. Where power? That sounds dangerous. Sounds like fun. You have an idea.
You have an idea, I think.
You have an
Clearly, you
idea.
have something in mind.
We do.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Here we go. Tell us what's on your minds.
May I present
Hello, everyone.
Commander
Hello.
Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Colin,
Such
how
as
did you
they
become
are.
a commander?
We lost
Right?
many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan. You speak Elven?
You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
And of course, you know
Oh.
Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
I love all of them.
I love all of them. I think Josephine is the most delightful human.
So good.
Just period.
But they really took some time to just clean Cullen up, and then
yeah,
they just
but,
placed
like,
him there.
What
And
a Cullen is
Look
like
at him.
the element of this room that makes me doubt the Inquisition, because who finds Cullen 4 years ago post Dragon Age 2 and says, yes, this man is the
This
one
is
we
the
must
one.
lead our armies.
But he has
with
clearly
his
risen.
proven track record of no wars and bad guidance and clear bias. He's perfect. Look at him. And for what it's worth, he does a good job. Like, I love Cullen.
He,
but, like,
he does
holy
do a great
shit.
job, but he has come a long fucking way.
He
Not
must have interviewed really well
Yeah,
for
right?
this job.
Like, not only did they clean him up visually, but they cleaned up his act, his
Yeah.
character, everything, because he's fantastic in this game.
Yeah, and I mean,
And-
I wanna before, you know, like, people jump in, I actually think Cullen is one of the more fascinating, like, arcs of this game. I think the choice to make him a major character in this game is super freaking cool, because seeing him from, like, rise from, like, I mean, think about Origins. Like, when we left him in Origins, he had begged us to kill every mage in an entire tower.
Yeah.
And cursed us and everyone we knew when
Yeah.
we didn't. Like, that's Origins. That's the end of his arc.
Yep.
And then Dragon Age 2.
with his Justin Timberlake, it's gonna be May hair.
Yes,
Yeah.
his beautiful ramen hair. And his unbelievable lack of ability to do anything useful.
Yeah, he was in that game.
I know, in his 11th hour, oh wait, maybe the person I'm serving is like Yeah. But the fact that he has like, but it's interesting. You see him at his absolute lowest. And what's interesting is like when you first see him in Origins, it's in a romantic context, especially if you do the mage's arc, where he has this unrequited crush on the mage on Amel, and he's afraid of it, and he's afraid of himself, and he's childish and young and stupid and clearly not racist, but like basically
basically at least biased.
And seeing him learn over the course of decades is really, really interesting. But also I feel like he maybe locked himself into this job because holy shit, Cullen.
I was gonna say all of their facial animations were also really great in this scene too. Like all of their little face ticks and everything that they just did, it was awesome. How about a pleasure?
Sure.
Impressive titles. Why am I here?
What impressive titles? Nah, it's a
No?
pleasure. Let's
Yeah?
make good.
No?
Let's make a good.
I want to make
impression.
a good first impression. Yeah, pleasure.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must
what does that
approach
mean?
the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need
How?
power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
Sorry. Like, don't get me wrong, Cullen's plan works, but like, based on what we know of Templars up to this point, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. What would they do? But I mean, yes, we know that it can work.
Yeah.
That does work.
It just sounds really silly in this room when everyone's like, let's go get mages to pour some magic into this. It's like, no!
That makes sense. Yeah. No, so he's not a Templar anymore.
Well, yeah.
Fascinating.
Comes with baggage, though.
Yeah. All right.
They still think I did it. That was quick. And does that matter?
That
was quick.
And you specifically. That was quick.
Yeah.
Take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared
frightens
it
me.
blasphemy. And we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
The Herald of Andraste?
Herald of Andraste? What the fuck is that?
The Herald of Andraste.
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading.
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
Okay, this is another one of those. This all is very different now that I've played the other two games. Because, like, if you play Inquisition first, the idea that this rando is the Herald of Andraste is nonsense. You assume that it's nonsense.
Right.
And it you know, yeah, but knowing what we know from Origins, it's actually a little less nonsensical than I think I realized.
Yeah.
Like, especially given these are people who probably, like, viewed the Sacred Ashes and went through all of that. They talked to, like, Shartan and Andraste's mom and the magic. Like, I'm assuming everyone has to go through that. And if that's the case, the reality of a ghost of Andraste appearing out of the Fade to offer help to some, I don't know, it's a little less ridiculous than I thought it was.
Yeah. When you consider the place where we are right now and like what we went through in Origins, and
which is why it had to be set at the Tomb of Sacred Ashes. Like, that's not random. It's the only thing that holds the plot together.
Right. Yeah.
Like, if this had happened in,
I don't know,
Redcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone would come to that conclusion. But it's at, like, this place where, you know, holiness and the divine seem tangible.
Right,
Almost.
right. And there was such a like there were so many points of interest that were like occurring all at once here at that time too. Like the conclave was occurring as well. Like it was basically a huge meeting of the minds is what was going on. Like a big truce. And the fact that Divine Justinia was killed as well, and that this was clearly orchestrated by someone. Like, there's just so many things swirled into this all at once.
To where the idea of Andraste being literally in the room is plausible.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting seeing it from the... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I get it. I understand how they got to this conclusion, which... in the previous playthroughs that I've had of this game, it just didn't make any sense. I'm like, I just don't understand what could have made you think this.
Right,
Are they all that religious? Are they all that crazy? But, like, no that's not what's going on. I mean, they are religious, but, like, they're religious because there's a grain of truth to it.
Right,
like, it's possible.
Yeah, that totally makes so much more sense now. What do you think? I like it. It's unnerving. I don't know. They're wrong.
It's unnerving? Or they're wrong. I mean, look, we're a Dalish elf.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel? Yeah, I feel like as a Dalish elf, she might be like, this is sitting a little weird with me. So how about it's unnerving?
Sure.
Yeah. Or I don't, I think it's unnerving.
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
Could we be attacked? So I'm the problem, or the breach doesn't worry them?
Maybe could we be attacked? I feel like that's the more pressing issue.
Yeah, could we be attacked?
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you.
Oh.
She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Cool. I'll talk with her. Why would she help us? And that could be trouble.
Why would she help us?
Sure.
What do you think?
I mean, we do have two guards of the divine and ex-Templar. It's just like, I mean, it's not beyond reason that somebody from the Chantry would approach us and be interested, but
that's fair.
We can ask why she would help us. Or I'll talk to her.
Yeah, I'll talk to her.
Yeah,
because that's a really fair point. Yeah, that you make.
I'll see what she has to say. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Thank you, ma'am. And here we are, the War Table.
All right, operations. The War Table allows you to apply the power of the Inquisition throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Mother Giselle is in the hinterlands, which can be found on the Ferelden side of the table.
So this is basically where we access all of our quests.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. It's a fast travel map, but it is also, there's kind of an interesting, like, asynchronous element of this game where you can kind of send your advisors to
Any word?
Enact.
Nothing yet.
Enact policy for you.
Yes.
Which is pretty neat. So let's go ahead to the Ferelden side of the map and see if there's anything that we can do. The Inquisition can unlock new areas for you to explore through scouting operations.
Yes.
Perform the scouting operation for the hinterlands on the Ferelden side of the War Table now.
Awesome.
Let's go to that little triangle.
Bloop. Bloop. Okay. Hello.
There.
Okay. Scout the hinterlands. Mother Giselle was last seen in the hinterlands outside Redcliffe tending refugees who fled the fighting between renegade Templars and apostate mages. The latest report suggests that the vicious struggle between the two groups has spread to the hinterlands, catching the refugees and Mother Giselle in the middle. It is vital to protect her and, if possible, restore order to the area. Cool. So the way this typically works is you essentially have three options to choose from on how you want to deal with these scouting operations or with these like little sub quests or side quests. So you can have Josephine work her magic with her connections. You can have Liliana send out spies and like do some covert operations, or you can have Cullen send forces in and like just rough people up, or
and it boils down to diplomacy, subterfuge, and enforce.
Yes.
So trying to figure out whether what the right tool is. Do you use a hammer on a nail or a screwdriver on a screw, or you try to pursue creative options.
Exactly. You figure out what you think would work best in that situation. But
right now we can only use subterfuge.
Secrets. Yep. And correct me if I'm wrong. So the way this works is it costs power in order to do like these little
and we
scouting
have power.
Quests and side quests, and then as you do them you start gaining more power as you start gaining influence, which allows you to do even more. Yes. So there we go. I really like this mechanic though.
I think it's really nice. Yeah. It makes you feel like ownership over not only the quest of the Inquisition. Harding, my beautiful person.
Harding.
Not only of the the goals of the Inquisition, but also over like you're gaining influence. Like that your ability to convince these people is affected by the resources you've gathered and the people you've impacted and so on, which is a kind of cool. It's neat.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, having that like control is really cool.
Agreed.
All right.
Scout the hinterlands. We avoided the fighting as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we'd feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves, and it appears that the Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother Giselle and are trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees until we've ensured their safety. That will be hard to do without troops to push the apostates and the Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dennett, a retired horsemaster of Redcliffe, who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Lead Scout Harding. New area unlocked.
All right, shall we jump over to the hinterlands?
Venture forth!
Let's do
Let us go!
Let's
Obviously,
pick our party! Here they are!
I know, what variety, what options!
All right, confirm. Let's go, everybody.
I love those character cards, though. They're super neat.
They're so cool.
I know I've harped on about the art, but I like it so much.
The art, it's so good. Oh, look at these. Look how cool. That one's fine.
That one's a little less, but this one's cool. Look at that
that's
cool
pretty
horse.
Good. Yeah, it's the horse. I think that's the horse that they show in the for this quest, in the little list of
that
quests.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We're going tangentially looking for Horsemaster Dennett.
Get some horses. Go get a mount so we can ride around the hinterlands on a horse.
To quote Allison, let's get a horse so we can go nay and ride around, is what you just said out loud on a recording.
Oh God! Stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No.
You're quoting your own book, you asshole.
God damn it.
So I made a discovery, and it's that I don't think I can deal with this.
Shit.
We will assess this in the future, but I'm not sure I can deal with this. Pleased to meet you. You've heard stories about me, and what's the word out there, Scout Harding? What's the word out there?
What's the word out there? Yeah.
What's the situation out here in the hinterlands? We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
She looks and sounds overworked.
Yeah.
Which she probably is. Okay.
She's amazing.
So,
she's so amazing.
So is that something we want to keep? Because that killed the scene. But it was already funny because Varric was...
Okay, the answer I'm gonna say is yes until we get new armor.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be as good, but just something. Let's quickly check at the requisitions table to see if there's any, like... Nope. Nothing. Cool. Alright,
and
so...
then I can't change my party because that's all I got. And what? Yeah, calling reinforcements.
Okay. In that case,
I don't need to rest.
Let's go ahead and head down, but do you want to do that next time?
Yeah, let's do that next time. We set up camp here. We're all ready to go. We've got our party. We've got our, like...
Our beautiful...
our kinky bondage boys.
Look, I feel kind of bad, I think, is where I'm at right now. I feel like maybe we were abusing our power.
I like that we had it on our character first, and we're like, no, we can't do that. Like, it doesn't work.
They can't wear the cool dragon armor. I would put them in the dragon armor.
Wait, we couldn't put Cassandra in the dragon armor? That's a shame.
Right? Because she would look amazing.
God, that would look so good on her. Anyway, I'm just sort of like twitching the controls around right now. So we'll go down the hill next time and see what the deal is, and
Sounds good.
Look for some horses
and also Mother Giselle, but horses first.
That too. Nay. Bye, guys.